Welcome back to our cozy Sunday session. Grab your tea, get comfy, unclench your jaw, you're safe here. Today I want to talk about something that so many of us with POTS and dysautonomia experience but don't always say out loud, the fear of exercise. If the idea of working out makes your heart race before you've even moved, this episode is for you. Many of us have experienced moments where moving our bodies made symptoms worse instead of better. That trains your nervous system to associate exercise with danger and just makes us feel a little bit more wary of it. You're not unfit or dramatic, your body learned from real lived experience. You might be able to relate this to a time that you tried to go out for a jog, follow an exercise video, or try to do a Pilates or exercise class that just wasn't quite at the right intensity for you, and it felt like your heart was racing or you feel like you're being chased. Your brain remembers that. So of course there's that fear. The fear is not weakness, it's your nervous system trying to protect you and basing that response off previous information, how you're feeling, or not ramping things up in the right way. If you've experienced that kind of scenario, or you've just avoided exercise because it feels challenging and scary, let's talk about the actual physiology. Blood doesn't move upward effectively for people with POTS or dysautonomia, and we've covered this in previous episodes. If the blood doesn't move up efficiently, the heart compensates and the heart rate spikes. Standing exercises feel a lot harder than lying down exercises because of gravity and blood pooling. This is why it's important to start with some lying down exercises, train your nervous system, build up that tolerance to seated exercises, and then progress to standing. Fatigue isn't just feeling tired, it's your nervous system being overwhelmed and trying to determine where the priority is and take away from anything that's not a priority in that moment. Your body isn't broken, it's just working with a different rule book, and we need to work with it. When we're talking about the concept of movement, I like to think about it as having a conversation with your body. It's a two-way street. You're giving a stimulus, you're thinking about what you get back and how to improve that conversation each time. We're not forcing, we're not thinking about no pain or gain, and we're not just pushing through dizziness to quote-unquote get fitter. Movement should feel safe, soft, slow. Sometimes it can feel boring, but actually repetition is really good for the brain, the nervous system, and adding on a stimulus week on week, even if you're repeating movements. The right exercise should help your nervous system settle, not spiral. A lot of the concepts I talk about on the podcast do tend to err on the side of caution because as a listener, I don't know what level you're at with your fitness, your exercise, or your symptom journey. So it's really important for you to take this information and then apply it to whatever level you're at. A lot of people do improve with their exercise and actually get to a point where they're not at the basics anymore and they're able to progress and push a little bit more. And it's really important to figure out where you are and what level you can push to. My advice is to take this information, think about your current scenario and where it's applicable, leave anything behind that's not applicable, and apply any of the strategies that you think will help you. So on that note, let's talk about gentle, practical guidance for all of the things that we've spoken about so far. When you're having this conversation with your body, offer a little actionable, no pressure suggestions and see how you respond. Start with reclined or seated movements. Think about micro sessions. 5 minutes is a win. And often our body copes really well when you're not just pushing for an hour session 3 times a week. Have small movements throughout the day, which actually helps to stimulate the nervous system, the cardiovascular system, and give us that little mental and physical break as well. Thirdly, let's think about prioritizing breath before reps. So focus on your breathing throughout the exercises, but also just getting into a place of calm before you actually start. Lastly, I want you to celebrate how it felt, not just the numbers or how many you did that day. Your pace is not behind, your pace is your pace, so don't compare it to anyone else. If you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, you've probably seen something that's a little bit exciting behind the scenes. I've actually been working on something because this comes up so often and there are so many resources out there, and you should definitely have a look if you feel like this is not perfect for you at other options of online classes, working one-to-one with an exercise professional. But I've been working on a program designed specifically for people with POTS and dysautonomia. It's slow, supportive, nervous system conscious movement that doesn't demand pushing through flares, but rather working with your body. It's still in the works, but I want it to be safe, gentle, and something that you can trust your body with. I'll share more soon. I just wanted you to know that it's coming. So, we've spoken about erring on the side of caution, but I want you to remember that you're not weak for being cautious. You're wise. Your body is communicating with you, and you're communicating with your body, and learning how to listen to its own form of strength. If this resonated, send me a message or share it with someone who needs to hear it. We heal better in community, and I'm really excited to share the program with you, so keep your eyes open and see if it's something that would work for you. Until next time, keep listening to the episodes and stay sparkly.